We don't need to share the same opinions as others, but we need to be respectful. No matter what happens in life, be good to people. Being good to people is a wonderful legacy to leave behind. I think fearless is having fears, but jumping anyway. Anytime someone tells me that I can't do something, I want to do it more. Silence speaks so much louder than screaming tantrums. Never give anyone an excuse to say that you're crazy. Fans are my favorite thing in the world. I've never been the type of artist who has that line drawn between their friends and their fans. If you are lucky enough to find something that you love and you have a shot at being good at it, don't stop. Don't put it down. You have people come into your life shockingly and surprisingly. You have losses that you never thought you'd experience. You have rejection, and you have to learn how to deal with that and how to get up the next day and go on with it. People haven't always been there for me, but music always has. Just because you make a good plan doesn't mean that's what's gonna happen. I think about food literally all day, every day. It's a thing. My ultimate goal is to end up being happy most of the time. I think the perfection of love is that it's not perfect. I think the tiniest little thing can change the course of your day, which can change the course of your year, which can change who you are. I think I am smart unless I am really in love, and then I am ridiculously stupid. I love making new friends, and I respect people for a lot of different reasons. Anything you put your mind to and add your imagination into can make your life a lot better and a lot more fun. I never give advice unless someone asks me for it. One thing I've learned, and possibly the only advice I have to give, is to not be that person giving out unsolicited advice based on your own personal experience. I'm intimidated by the fear of being average. My imagination is a twisted place. Poetry and lyrics are very similar, making words bounce off a page. In a relationship, each person should support the other. They should lift each other up. I wish all teenagers could filter through songs instead of turning to drugs and alcohol. At some point, you grow out of being attracted to that flame that burns you over and over and over again. When you are missing someone, time seems to move slower, and when I'm falling in love with someone, time seems to be moving faster. I'm always afraid of failing. I have to quiet that fear if I'm going to get up in the morning. I have this really high priority on happiness and finding something to be happy about. Music is changing so quickly, and the landscape of the music industry itself is changing so quickly that everything new, like Spotify, all feels to me a bit like a grand experiment. When you hear people making hateful comments, stand up to them. Point out what a waste it is to hate, and you could open their eyes. All you need to do to be my friend is like me. Guarding your heart and protecting your dignity are a little bit more important than clarifying the emotions of someone who's only texting you back 3 words. I've learned that from trying to figure out people who don't deserve to be figured out. I have a terrifying long list of fears. Literally everything. Diseases, spiders, ... and people getting tired of me. I never read one hateful thing said about me by some 12-year-old. So I got to live an actual life, and I've kept that mentality. Just because there's a hurricane going on around you doesn't mean you have to open the window and look at it. I know my flaws before other people point them out to me. I second-guess and overthink and rethink every single thing that I do. Love is the one wild card. You can make a board for all the goals you want in your life with the pictures on it. And that's great. Daydreaming is wonderful, but you can never plan your future. If you're yelling you're the one who's lost control of the conversation, there's room for role models who make mistakes. Even if you're happy with the life you've chosen, you're still curious about the other options. You can't be in love with a Google search. I'm the type of person I have to study to get an on the test. I am alone a lot, which is good. I need that time to just be alone after a long day, just decompress. So I go to either my house or the hotel or my apartment or whatever. Wherever I am, I go home and I watch TV and I sit there with my cat and I just watch TV or go online, check my emails. There are no rules when it comes to love. I have to practice to be good at guitar. I have to write 100 songs before you write the first good one. Your feelings so are important to write down, to capture it, and to remember, because today you're heartbroken, but tomorrow you'll be in love again. I've always felt music is the only way to give an instantaneous moment the feel of slow motion, to romanticize it and glorify it and give it a soundtrack and a rhythm. I'm very aware and very conscious of the path I chose in life, and very aware of the path I didn't choose. I don't mind being pale. In high school, it seemed like everybody cared about being tan all year round, but I haven't really thought about it since then. I don't go to a tanning bed, and I get bored when I lay out. I put sunscreen on when I'm in the sun, and sometimes I get tan, but I don't really think about it very much. As soon as I accomplish one goal, I replace it with another one. I try not to get too far ahead of myself. I just say to myself, all right, well, I'd like to headline a tour, and then when I get there, we'll see what my next goal is. Vanity can apply to both insecurity and egotism. I don't compare myself to anyone else. I don't make comments about anyone else because they do what feels right for them, and that's okay by me. Red is such an interesting color to correlate with emotion because it's on both ends of the spectrum. On one end you have happiness, falling in love, infatuation with someone.